They are scared of us. They've been scared of us throughout the Cold War. And now, during the Bush period, they've become really scared again.
People say, well, are you willing to talk to North Korea? Of course we are. But what this nation won't do is be blackmailed.
President Bush has stated that any direct talks prior to North Korea's halting of its nuclear program are blackmail, the rewarding of bad behavior.
If that remains the U.S. posture, I think we're headed for a train wreck. I think it will be very difficult to prevent North Korea from going ahead with a nuclear weapons program.
But many believe that Kim's true intention is to bargain away his nuclear program in exchange for normal relations with the West and a guarantee his regime will survive.
Deep down, the honest feeling on the part of top leadership, in my assessment, is that they like to have a situation where they don't need to pursue nuclear weapons. I'm absolutely sure if we provide a security assurance, they will have an incentive to do away with their nuclear programs.
In April 2003, U.S. and North Korean officials meet in China to try to resolve the nuclear issue. The meeting ends badly, cut short when North Korea announces that they now possess atomic weapons. Though still unverified, the assertion adds new urgency to the debate within the Bush administration on how to proceed. There are no easy options.
The administration has not yet figured out what they're going to do about North Korea. If we're going to try to talk North Korea out of nuclear weapons, we have to be able to say, if you satisfy us on the nuclear weapons issue, we will otherwise leave you alone. That might not work, but that has to be phase one. If that doesn't work, then we need to move on to other options, including the military option, which we shouldn't take off the table. Stakes are too high. This is too serious a matter. We have to be able to risk war.
Short of war, a naval blockade of all goods entering and leaving North Korea is being considered. But the risks are enormous, especially to South Korea, which remains extremely vulnerable. In May 2003, North Korean officials stated, "The South will sustain an unspeakable disaster if it turns to confrontation." Ironically, the new president of South Korea, Roh Moo-hyun, is less worried about threats from Kim Jong-il than the possibility that the Bush government's hawkish policies will trigger a military strike by North Korea. President Roh was elected on a platform of engagement and cooperation with the North and eventual reunification. Kim Jong-il has stated that he too shares the goal of a reunified Korea. The question is, under what terms? A totalitarian socialist regime ruled by Kim? Those with ties to North Korea's leaders deny that that's Kim's intention.
The North Korean idea of reunification is not a socialist system. People think that Kim Jong-un is a socialist first. He's a national first. His first priority is survival of the Korean nation as one nation. That means the North and South Korea coming together under umbrella of confederation. Political, economic system are kept intact.
But for all his promising assurances, Kim has proved to be difficult to trust. His violation of agreements in the past has led to profound doubts about his true ambitions, and not only by the Bush administration. Many South Koreans are equally skeptical. Their pain-filled memories of the last time North Korea attempted to reunify the nation are deeply felt.
I always say the Korean unification will not come until the Korean War generations all die. Because it was a fratricidal war, brothers killing brothers, families killing families. Reconciliation of these people is not easy. The Korean Peninsula will be reunified someday, long after I'm gone. I think the best way is the solution by the Almighty, that the South Korean people who remember the war, they should die. before the reunification can come.
Stay tuned for Page 1, your first look at the front page of tomorrow's New York Times. Then, relive the early months of the Korean War, when General MacArthur's daring invasion turned the tables for American and UN troops. Our Time in Hell, the Korean War, next.